tonight we have something very special for you. Our headliner this evening is a very talented young man. He started off in New York. He was with not Catcher in the Rye. It's Catch a Rising Star Improv Group in New York. And he got his start there. He was doing very well. He moved out to Hollywood, played all the major comedy stores out there. You've seen him on lots of talk shows, and he just recently signed the contract. You will see him this fall on ABC's Benson series. Let's have a big round of applause for Jerry Seinfeld.
Hi, how you doing? Well, good. Yes, we heard enough from you already. Okay. Well, this is great. Welcome to Sacramento's only comedy showroom. Is that what you call it, the showroom, Scott? Yeah. Sounds like you come and you pick out a comedian. No, I'll take that one there. It's like a car showroom. They have them on display and you can buy them. We're not on display. Hey, how are you? This is fun. I love comedy. How many of you have heard jokes before? Have some idea what's happening? Yeah. You just had a little too much to drink. You'll be okay. So, security, table 3, please. You want to take care of that? Yeah. Welcome to what people have been calling it Old Sack. Old Sack. That's kind of a... I think we can come up with a better name, don't you think? Old Sack. Sounds like kind of an old bag. Old Sack. You're writing down jokes. That's good. So I'm new out here, so I'm trying to catch on. I'm trying to get hip. I'm not that hip. They took me on one of these water slide rides last week down in Los Angeles. That's where I'm living. And have you ever been on one of these things where you climb up to the top and it's like a water slide, it's a big spiral, and you slide down and the water is kind of rushing around? It's kind of like being flushed down a giant toilet is what it felt like. I mean, I walked out, the guy said, "How'd you like the ride?" I said, "I felt like a piece of shit." We're doing some remodeling over here in the back, pulling up some of those rusty nails. We'll have that finished before. Yeah, so I grew up in Massapequa, Long Island. Thank you very much. It's a nice place to live. And it's nice. I feel much better being an adult. You can eat what you want. When you're a kid, you have to eat what your parents give you. My mother used to disguise food on me. Never works. Look, Mom, I know it's liver. I don't know how you got it to look like Cocoa Puffs. You did some good work there, but you didn't get past me. I used to eat a lot of cold cereal. Remember those weird recipes they always have on the side of the box, cold cereal? Anybody ever get their mother to make cornflakes Cantonese? What was that stuff? Strange ideas they had there. Yeah. So anyway, what are you smoking there? Benson and Hedges. Those are plain cigarettes? They're not the lights? Some of them are light, some of them are plain. Well, it's a blend there, huh? You don't get those two. I like these new light cigarettes, the new trend towards light cigarettes, because the thinking is, advertising-wise, it's light. Take it easy. Smoke a pack, smoke a carton, smoke 10,000, it's light. They never give a cigarette a name like Deadweights. You know, that stops you cold. Do you know which cigarette is the lowest tar cigarette? Which brand? Carlton. Carlton is the lowest. I checked into Carlton. Less tar than breathing regular air? That's really low. If you don't smoke them, you risk lung disease. Filters of solid wood. How about Camels? Any men smoking Camels? You got to be pretty tough to smoke a Camel. Camels are very high tar, roughly the equivalent of smoking an actual camel. You've got to knock them down, roll them up in the papers. It's very hard. How about Raleighs? People always remember Raleighs because they had valuable Raleigh coupons. With these valuable coupons, they're worthless. Really. You could lose a lung trying to get a badminton set. Even if you get it, you can't play. Your lungs are shot. Point. Let's take a break. We'll smoke a few more packs. We'll get a new birdie. Come on. I like playing games. It's kind of funny walking underneath this thing. What Well, so what games are popular here in Old Sac? Bowling? Bowling popular? I would think so, huh? No? You don't bowl? I love to bowl. Any bowlers? Yeah, sure. You got your own shoes? Oh, that's the status number there. You got your own shoes. I hate when you have to pick the ball out of that rack. You know that giant rack they have to find the ball? It's very hard to find one that fits, isn't it? There's some very strange hole patterns in some of these balls. I don't think I want to meet the people that can use some of these balls. You ever see like 8 holes in them? 3 in a row sometimes? Weird things. Just, sometimes there's those giant holes. They're so big, those holes. I can't even try it out. I bring it back to my seat, use it to hold the Cokes. They're big. Or I put it on my head and run down the lane by myself. I always wanted to come back on that little return lane and pop out the top. How did I do? Strike? Come out of that little plastic thing. Yeah, bowling. What other games? Volleyball. We used to play that in high school. You like volleyball? Volleyball was great. It had this whole concept of rotate. Remember this idea? Everybody rotates. Everybody moves around. Everybody plays every position. You play the front, you play the back, you get the serve. It's totally fair. We would put rotate right into regular society. Millionaires, rotate. Might be a good idea. Millionaires don't like to rotate. See, there's rules to society. You can't just do what you want. You walk out on the street, you want to ask a stranger what time it is. There's certain places on the person's body that you can tap them. You can tap somebody on the shoulder, that's okay. You cannot tap somebody on the face. This has already been decided. You don't walk up to somebody you don't know and go, "Excuse me, can you help me out? Buddy? Pal, I'd like to get some help here if I could." You can't do that. Rules everywhere. Rules. I opened a new bank. So many rules just to get a checking account started. I opened an account at Bank of America down in Hollywood there. You know that bank? Boy, every time I mention Bank of America, people boo. Thank you. Just wanted to keep that consistent. Yeah. It's bad service, isn't it? Is that... People say the service, it really is bad, because I went in there, you know these glass partitions they have between you and the teller? They don't even have a little hole for you to talk through. I need money! I'm hungry! You can't, service is very bad. So they try and give you little bullshit things to help you think you're getting good service. They give you checks with the pictures on them, little boats and shit and things. What the hell is that? I don't need that. They gave me the sports scenes on the checks. You know that, where they put the people golfing on the check, people are skiing, having a great time. I'm writing out checks, I'm not having a great time. I'd like to see bums and dead people. I can look at them and think, well, at least I got a couple of bucks. Doing better than this poor slob anyway. Well, you call up the bank or you call up a big company and they've all got the same systems to keep you down, to keep you demoralized when you're trying to get help. Master charge. Every time I call them, they put you on hold with the music. A lot of companies have this now. Hold with music. You know that one? Where you call up and the music is playing. They put you on hold. And they figure, he's got the music, we can leave him on there. Operator left me on there 20 minutes. By the time she came back, I couldn't even remember what I wanted. She says, "Can I help you, please?" I said, "Yeah. I'd like to hear the rest of that Johnny Mathis album." You got me into it. Let's hear the other side. I may want to get it. You like that one, huh? Oh, that's a good one. I'll keep track of that, and at the end of the night, you can shove it. So, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so what else is happening? Well, I've been going around, and we got the marina, and you drive. I haven't had a car around here, but I like driving. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love driving around, but you got to watch these intersections these days. You know what I mean? Because every lane in a big intersection now has its own thing, and you got to know what it's up to. You know what I mean? It's like no right turn, no U-turn, no left turn. Left turn only, no U-turn, right turn. I like when you pull into the middle lane and it says left turn, okay. Little personal touch there. Don't you think it's like they're saying to you, left turn, okay. We're not crazy about you making the left. It's okay. Just make it and get it over with. I've seen better, believe me. But they're involved. Little involvement. Left turn, okay, I like that. I want them to get more involved. Have signs like right turn. Why not? They could loosen up a little bit. U-turn, enjoy it. Make that Yui. You know you want to do it. And you're thinking, you know, I do feel like making a Yui here. I wasn't even going that way. You drive along, a lot of times out here in California, you drive along, you're in the middle of the country, you could drive along, you get stuck behind these horse trailers. I hate that. Does it have to be designed that way, the horse trailer? Big ass right in my face? What's the story here? The horses like it? What's happening? They're probably standing in the back talking. You feel a draft, Bill? I'm very uncomfortable back there. I don't mind telling you. Where else you drive along? I was in Florida. Worst drivers in the world, state of Florida. Old guys. Nice guys. Old guys. Ever drive behind one of these guys whose head just about reaches the window ledge? He's driving along like this. Just looking in the radio. Somehow by the stations he can tell where he is. I don't know how he does it. He's got his left turn signal on from when he left the house that morning. Leaves it on all day. Figures he's making a left eventually. Raining tomorrow? Put the wipers on today. When you're old, you gotta prepare. You can't wait. You gotta make life happen. Forget it. Yeah, I've been traveling around seeing lots of interesting things. I was in Switzerland. What a country. Great country. I was skiing there. You know, the Swiss tell you about thermal heat. You got to know about how to dress, you know. They tell you that 75% of your body heat is actually lost through the top of the head. I had a little trouble with this. To me, it sounds like you could go skiing naked if you got a good hat. Does that make sense to you? I watch these weather reports. You know, you got to watch the weather when you go skiing, and they always have weather reports are the same wherever you go in the country. Highs, lows, fronts, things. We have no idea what it is. Then they show you the satellite photo, my favorite. They show you the Earth from 10,000 miles away. Can you tell if you should take a sweater or not from that shot? Can anybody? Has that helped anybody? Oh, cloud mass over Ecuador. I better put on the thick socks today. I have no idea what that did, why they put that up. Do you know what I do if I want to know the weather? You know what you do? Watch Romper Room. It's very helpful. Romper Room lays it on the line, gang. If the little Willie guy on the wall gets a raincoat, I know what's happening. They make it very simple. Yeah. You know what else about Switzerland? 500 years without a war. This is impressive. Also very lucky for the Swiss Army. I don't know if you've ever seen that little Swiss Army knife. It's not much of a weapon. Corkscrews, bottle openers mostly. They've had some great picnics, don't get me wrong. But, you know, somebody comes at you, what are you going to pull out? Nail clippers? Come on, buddy, let's go. You get past me, the guy in back of me has got a spoon. It's a weak army. They're not... So I'm coming back through customs, and the customs guy is trying to catch me on something illegal. You know how they do that? They ask you questions, they go through your luggage, and they try and find something wrong. These are the questions. I couldn't believe the questions designed to trip you up. This is exactly what the guy says to me. Any plants? No. Any alcohol? No. Guy actually says to me, any drugs? Now, is this an effective technique for this guy? What are we on, the honor system now? Is he catching incredibly stupid people like this? Any drugs? Bingo, you got me. I don't know how you did it. I can't take any more questioning. I'd like to go to prison right now. Solitary, you got anything open? Who are they catching with this? Drugs, yeah, I don't talk about drugs. Coffee's a drug. Yeah, works on you two ways, too. Gives you that little coffee lift. Also gives you that little coffee push. Assembly line, as it were. How many times have you had a nice big breakfast, couple of cups of coffee? You think you're on your way to work. But you get to that front door, hold it, maybe not. You scoot back for another 20. With yesterday's paper. Yeah, you gotta watch your health. I was reading about this guy in the Guinness Book of World Records. Everybody's seen this guy, the 1,400-pound guy. You seen him in the book? 1,400 pounds he weighed. I mean, that's amazing. What a life that must have been. Let's say the guy goes on a diet, takes off 200 pounds. And what are his friends going to say to him? You know, you look fabulous. You look like a beanpole, you son of a gun. People come up to him. You have lost weight. You look dynamite. And what's he going to say? And I feel terrific, too. Look at these pants. They're hanging off of me. You know. You could put two people in here. They're so small. Got to get all new clothes now. Very important to watch whether you eat. I noticed this whole thing in California of reading the ingredients. I watch people in the supermarket. They read the ingredients on every package. Some products, but you don't have to do that because the name of the product gives it away. You know what I mean? Like Oscar Mayer has some cold cuts. The names are circumspect. Luncheon meat? What the hell is that? Did you ever see that one they have? They call luncheon meat. What the hell is it? I don't think they know what it is themselves. They know it's some kind of meat, and you should eat it around noon. This is all they figured out so far. Some little furry animal taking the long way home from work, zip, he's luncheon meat. They never even got a good look at the guy before he was in the plastic. Just yank, they pull him right out of that forest. And that other one, more disgusting than life itself. Head cheese. Whoa! Whoa! Head cheese. Gee. Whew, little corned beefs rowing around in there. It's pretty weird stuff, head cheese. But it's not, the thing that gets me is it's not cheese. It's some kind of meat. I guess even Oscar Mayer knows nobody's going to buy head meat. They had to change the name just to unload a few of them. Airplane food is pretty bad. It's always so tiny. You know what I mean? I'm so tired of those tiny little forks, tiny spoons, tiny plates, tiny, everything is tiny. Everything is perfect proportion except me. I'm like the Hulk or something, you know, trying to eat this tiny food, and then they give you that little cheese and cracker deal, the Kraft deal, you know, with that hopeless little knife that they give you with the... That's a depressing experience, isn't it? This knife is like, this is like from a model airplane kit. This is the piece between the two pieces you wanted. Now you're trying to eat with it. You know, you used to throw it out when you were 6. Now you're eating with it. It does, you know, it's like you're backsliding there. Yeah, I like flying on planes. I do. Airplane bathrooms are great. Yeah, they always have that little slot for used razor blades. You ever see that? Who's shaving on the plane? Anybody? That's a good move, shaving at 40,000 feet, huh? Hit a little turbulence, come out looking like Van Gogh. Yeah. It's a good way to meet people in the airplane bathroom. You just go in the bathroom and I leave the little thing on vacant. Works great. People open the door. Hi, how are you? Razor blade. Put it in there when you're done. See you later. Yeah, just blow people's minds a little bit. Yeah. So I'm an American. Jakob is here. We've been hanging out a lot. I went to school a lot. I went a lot. I used to try hard in school. It seemed important at the time. I used to write those essay questions. Boy, that was my specialty. Just anything I knew to be true, put it on there. Maybe you'll hit it. That was my thinking. Then he used to get it back from the teacher. She would write one word across the entire page. Ever get this? Vague. Vague. What is vague? Vague is vague. I didn't understand it. I'd send it back to her right underneath. Unclear. She returned it to me, ambiguous. We're still corresponding to this day. I was left-handed. That was the only thing that made me different from other kids in school. Anybody left-handed here tonight? Left-handed? Oh, good. They have a little trouble clapping, but they're here. It is such a negative word, the word left. I'm sure you've noticed this. Leftovers, they're terrible. 2 left feet, left-handed compliments. Ever see a crook named Righty? You never see that. You never see that. Everything right is a positive thing. Right on the Bill of Rights. You go to a party, there's nobody there, but everybody go. They left. It's always negative things. So I had lots of pets as a kid. Used to play with turtles. I remember that first turtle that I got. That was quite an experience for a 6-year-old to have a turtle. I couldn't believe it. My mother came over, gave me that little white container. Remember that little white cardboard container with the little wire metal handle? Same container as chicken chow mein. Wasn't it? That's why a lot of times you get a turtle, little onion, little rice on his head. Then he's pissed off, you know. My mother gives me the turtle. I'm 6 years old. It's an incredible experience. She says to me, Jerry, this is your pet. I said, you mean he's mine? That's right, he belongs entirely to you. And I'm thinking, I'll kill him. Why not? He's mine. I'll wait till he's sleeping. He pulls in his legs, I'll tape up the shell. Yeah, it may seem cruel to you, but come on, he's probably happier being dead than living with me. It's not much of a life, is it? He's got to live off that little shaker of turtle food. Remember that little shaker, like 29 cents? Any nutritional value to this food at all? Ever see a turtle outlive one shaker of turtle food? Ever anybody know anyone to go back for a second shaker? No way. He's got to live in that little clear plastic turtle condominium home. That's his house. Let me ask you a question. You ever see a turtle that cares about the little palm tree in there? What is that, luxury turtle living? You put him in, he gets into it. Hey, I'm living now. Beautiful tree. Pool. Colored rocks are coming in tomorrow. Oh, so it's like a husky type, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, but a little one. That's cute. You have a little sled for him? I always see these dogs like huskies. Don't you ever see a husky in like Miami Beach or something, and they're sweating bullets down there? You know, anybody got a sled? You know, snowball, anything? You know, they're. What's your dog's name? Sammy. That's a nice, simple name. Some people, I was talking to somebody the first year, had a name like Reginald, Archibald, one of these long names. It's terrible to have those long names because, the dog runs out of the house. By the time you get the name out of your mouth, he's under the car. Reginald Otto! Shit, he's dead. Your friend had to go, huh? Gee, we're sorry about that. Are you okay? She says, okay, good. She'll be okay. Yeah, well, let's turn on the secret hidden cameras in the bathroom and see exactly what's happening. Women gotta go together, right, guys? Women team peeing. They never go alone. I don't know whether they help each other, compete. I don't know what they do in there. But it's together. That's the important thing. Isn't that funny? I guess. Yeah. So Sammy boy, did you ever put him in the front seat of your car, drive him around? We used to do that with Ralph all the time. Ralph was my dog. Ralph. I don't see Ralph anymore. He's got his own place, doing well. Dog's incredible. You put your life, your money into him, and they move out on you. It's not worth it. It's so funny when you put dog in the front seat of the car. Because dogs want to be people. They want to be. So you put him in the front seat of the car. He thinks, oh, maybe I got a shot now. I'm in the car. Nobody's around. Maybe they'll think I'm a person. Sits up with you in the front, looks out the front. This kills me that they know to look out the front. Did you ever think about that? Does he have any idea what he's looking at? When are you going to make, a right or a left? I don't even know where I am. I don't even know who I am. They try to be people. But they can't. They can't. They stand up, they sit down. The dog body doesn't really work well with the car seat. They can't handle the turns either way. He's never ready when you turn. Hey. Would you take it easy? I can't get a grip over here. I've got no thumbs. They try so hard. And they watch you do amazing things that they cannot fathom. They cannot understand how you have all these amazing abilities and they don't have anything. You know what I mean? You get hungry, okay? Give you an example. You get hungry, you stop the car, you go in someplace, you get a hamburger. You sit down in the car, you eat the hamburger. To you, it's nothing. This blows his mind. Think of what you've just done to him. He looks over at you. Ever see the expression on his face? He looks over at you. How did you get that? Are they giving everybody in there? I'd like to get one. They have such a hard time. They have no money. They can't buy anything, you know. You know why they have no money? They have no pockets. That's all. That's all. The only difference. Pockets, money. Animals, many animals have. How about these animals in the zoo? What's their problem? I go to the zoo because I want to see action. Don't you feel that way? You watch Wild Kingdom, turn off that set, head out to that zoo. Let's see it, the fighting, the killing, the action, survival. You don't see it. You see the alligators in the alligator pit that have been there for I don't know how many years. They haven't moved an inch in 10 years. They've got like cigarette butts, pennies on their heads. They're really out of it, you know. They're just waiting for the guy from the Gucci store to come in. That'll be it. Let's go, the big one, luggage. Get in the car. Little guy, you'll be a key case and a wallet tomorrow. Retail, both of you, roll it. How about the lobster? He's got a tough life. I feel for this guy. A lot of animals get cruelty, but the lobster, this is out of hand. This is really out of hand. We catch him, kill him, eat him, boil him alive. Not enough. Not enough cruelty for the lobster, no. We want to see him in the tank as we come into the restaurant, sweating it out. Whose number's up today, boys? You walk past the tank, very casual. Yeah, maybe I'll get a hamburger. Maybe. Maybe I'll get you, Red. Whoa, whoa. They can't get away. There's no place to go. I saw a lobster, very clever guy one time trying to blend into the background. He was in the corner in the back cleaning the inside of the tank. I just work here. I'm not on the menu, all right? Relax. He had little overalls on, a cap, rags coming out of his pockets. The other lobsters were laughing at him. He said, "Go ahead, laugh at me. I've been here 9 years." Those are my two boys in the corner. Survival! Yeah, what other animals? animals are there. You know, how about the moose heads on the wall, bars? Everyone in these bars see these moose heads, deer heads on the wall? These animals have a pretty sad story, huh? The expression on their face, though, again, look at the expression on the face of these animals. It's always the same thing. It's like they recorded one last thought. What is that, a gun? What does he have there? They never had the time. Reflexes. It comes down to reflexes. That's what survival is. So this is an all-comedy show. It's things have been going great here this week. I'm so glad that people like it here in Sacramento. I was on a show last week with a magician. There's a lot of magic acts in California. A lot of magicians on the shows. Do you like magic? Very popular. Magic is popular. I watched this guy all week. To me, I don't understand magic. To me, it's humiliation. I mean, let's look at what's happening. Guy comes on, he fools you. You feel stupid. Show's over. And that's the way they perform. Here's a quarter. Now it's gone. You're a jerk. Comes back, you're an idiot. Doesn't matter. Either way, you've got you. They don't explain things to you. You can enjoy things that you don't understand. As a kid, I used to watch Superman. I thought it was the greatest show ever on television. You should watch it now as an adult. Check it out again. It wasn't that good. It was a piece of shit. It was. I mean, I was watching the show. It was on. You got the reruns around here. I was watching it. You got to be an idiot to enjoy it. The Daily Planet, the newspaper. Remember the newspaper of the show? Supposed to be the largest circulation newspaper in the entire city. They've got 3 reporters. Each week, 2 of them are stuck in a cave somewhere. Jim Olsen, he was the big reporter, right? Jerk reporter, Jim Olsen. Every week trying to help solve crimes. Can't figure out the secret identity. This was the thing that used to get me. Week after week, they can't figure out the secret identity. They've got some good clues. They work with Clark 9 hours a day, 8 years. 5 o'clock, they see Superman. They have no idea who this guy is. Now, of course, a pair of glasses is a dynamite disguise. I don't know what the hell this was. I mean, if a friend of yours gets new glasses, is it impossible to recognize him? In this show, Clark Kent doesn't even have lenses in the frames of the glasses. He's scratching his eyes. You know, Lois. Nobody catches on. I mean, certain situations must have come up. How about when Olsen would go into the men's room? See Clark Kent standing there taking a leak. From across the room. Through a wall into the next room. Super P. I had one of those Superman Halloween costumes. Remember those red nylon beauty, those Halloween costumes? With that mask with the rubber band? How long did that rubber band last on that mask? You go out, trick or it's broken. Wait a minute. I couldn't believe the first year I got that costume, I got all set up, you know, it had that big red S on it, and it was all red, shiny nylon. So it was a little bit cold, October. My mother makes me wear my winter coat over the costume. That's a great look, huh? Big winter coat with the red nylon pants sticking out the bottom. 8 years old, trick-or-treating as a gay man. I had to live with that. Had a few eggs in my hair at the end of that day. They're after me again. Clothes are still funny. You buy pajamas. Pajamas are the funniest clothes in the world. Did you ever notice how they make them? They design them for some reason. I don't know what stupid reason. They make them look like a tiny suit. Little cuffs, little lapels, big buttons, breast pocket. There's a useful item, huh? Anybody using the breast pocket on the pajamas? Does that put a handkerchief in there? 3 points, very natty, you know. In case of a fire, you run out of the house, people might think you walked out of a business meeting. It's worth a shot, I guess. I hate when you have to go in rooms to try on clothes, those little try-on rooms. I hate when you go in those little jean stores and they give you the saloon doors. You know this action? Western motif? Suddenly I'm supposed to be a cowboy? I don't feel like a tough guy. Now, 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 now. Is that the game? I don't. I mean, first of all, the doors cover you from like here to here. Okay, your legs stick out the bottom, your head pops out the top. Hi. I'm in this one, right? You want to move on, please? I'm pretty embarrassed. So stop looking at my feet. And you can't lock these doors. They don't put a lock or a latch on it. Why? We're all hip casual people. We don't need a lock on a door when we're in the room changing. So you're up on one leg, you're trying to put your pants on. Lose your balance, I fell right out of the door. Landed on the floor of this door, my pants around my ankles, my face on somebody's shoe. Excuse me. Sorry, just fell out of number 6. How do you like these pants? Just got them. Brand new pants. I bought some new socks. They have a new kind of socks out now. Deodorant socks. You heard of these? I'm wearing them right now. Wore them yesterday. I'm wearing them all week. You can't kill them. Jogging, basketball, football, tennis. I wore them 10 hours one day. I took them off. They didn't smell a bit. But my feet. Whoa! It was like head cheese. It was. My pants couldn't take it. They were rolling up and down by themselves. Completely out of control. I love when you buy socks, though. They always give you that little plastic hanger on the top like you've got some use for it. Another one of my favorite useful items. I mean, is there anybody that has like a little sock closet at home? Tiny little doors, slide them open, pick out what you're going to wear. If you have a sock closet, leave a little room on the side so you can put G.I. Joe's clothes right in there. I think it's going to be a great fit. Well, you've been a great audience, and I really had a good time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again sometime. Thank you very much.
Hey, let's have another round of applause, Mr. Jerry Seinfeld. You'll see him this season on The Benson Show. I want a round of applause for Daily Pike and Yakov Smirnoff. Woo! This is fun. We sure hope you guys had as much fun as we had putting off for you. That was it for tonight's show. If any of you have any drinks left over, you can take them down the Delta Queen and enjoy yourselves. It's a very fine restaurant. Thank you for joining us tonight. Good night. Tell your friends about us.